Good morning, students. Okay. Today, I will discuss with scrotal swellings. In the middle of the slides, I will ask you questions. Please give your answers in your chat box. I may also call your numbers. Please respond. Last time, no one responded. Almost three roll numbers not responded. At the end of the session, they raised the hands. If I call a number, just you unmute yourself and answer me. Okay. So, it's all about scrotal swelling today. So, this is the clinical picture. 35-year-old male patient came to OPD with the left scrotal swelling of 2 years duration. Okay. So, 35-year-old male patient presented with increase in size of the left side of the scrotum for the last 2 years. Okay. Now, the swelling is slowly increasing in size. There is no history of rapid increase in size, slowly increase in size. No history of alteration in the size of the swelling, either during standing or walking or with any strenuous activities or on lying down position. So there is no alteration in the size of the scrotal swelling. What does it eliminates? There is no alteration in the size of the swelling. Means during strenuous activities or on lying down position, no history of alteration in the size of the swelling. What does it mean? Anyone? Okay, no reducibility, 81, okay. What might be the probable diagnosis from this history? Suppose if there is a history of reducibility during lying down position and increasing in size during strenuous activities, what might be? Okay. So since there is no history of any alteration, one minute. So since there is no history of alteration in the size of the swelling, is not reducible. It can be, one of the provisional diagnosis is hydrocele. 63 answered. Good. Can be a hydrocele. So there is no history of any pain over the swelling. It indicates that no inflammatory changes over the swelling and no history of any trauma. Okay. What else? No history of any pain and discomfort in the testes. No history of, sorry, small mistake, no history of any weight loss or malaise. Ruling out tumor conditions. No history of filariasis, no history of tuberculosis. On examination, on inspection, left side of the scrotum shows a swelling of 12 into 7 centimeter size, confined purely to the scrotum, which indicates we can get above the swelling. The surface of the swelling is smooth, that is, loss of rugosity is noticed with well-defined margins, and also the swelling does not show any expansile impulse on cuffing. On palpation, no local rise of temperature, no tenderness. Inspectory findings confirmed a single left side scrotal swelling of size 12 into 7 centimeters with soft cystic infield, smooth surface with well-defined margins, not reducible. We can also get above the swelling. Get above the swelling is positive since it is a purely scrotal swelling. Fluctuating, so fluctuation test is positive. Brilliant transilluminate, so transillumination is positive. No palpable expansile impulse on cuffing, and the testis cannot be felt separately from the swelling. It is dull on percussion. The swelling is dull on percussion. Contralateral testes and as well as genitalia are normal. No evidence of any other mass or lymph nodes in the abdomen. No supraclavicular lymph nodes noticed. So, what might be our diagnosis? What might be our diagnosis? So many people answer provisional diagnosis can be a left-sided hydrocele. Okay, roll number 18, 81, 14, 40. Okay, roll number 40. Please unmute. Unmute yourself. Are you there? Are you there? Roll number 40. Okay, roll number 18. 18.
The number you have.
No one is answering. Roll number 81. Okay, roll number 41 raised his hand. Okay. Please unmute. 41. May I know your name? 41. Oh, okay. మధ్యలో స్టూడెంట్స్ అన్మ్యూట్ అవ్వాలి. సో కోర్స్ నాట్ ఏబుల్ టు అన్మ్యూట్ అంటున్నారు. మోరోవర్ చాట్ బాక్స్ కూడా పక్కన పెట్టారు. చేశాను నేను.
ఇంకోటి
అంటే
unmute అవ్వాలి.
unmute చేయండి.
మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఎవరైతే అన్మ్యూట్ చేయాలనుకున్నా కూడా ఇది క్లిక్ చేస్తాను. వాళ్ళ యొక్క నంబరు ఎవరు అన్మ్యూట్ నెంబర్ ఏమన్నా
41 is there.
041 ఇలా వస్తుంది కదా, ఇక్కడ టైప్ చేస్తారు. చేయగానే మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళి అంటే ఆస్ట్ అన్మ్యూట్ అనేది కొట్టారు. అయితే వాళ్ళు ఫోకస్ చేస్తే ఆల్మోస్ట్ అన్ని పర్మిషన్స్ వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. ఇప్పుడు చూసారు అన్మ్యూట్ చేశారు వాళ్ళు. జస్ట్ ఈ పార్టిసిపెంట్స్లో క్లిక్ చేయడం, మీకు కావాల్సిన నెంబర్ కొట్టడం.
చెప్తానా ఇన్ పార్టిసిపెంట్స్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఇక్కడ పెట్టి.
జస్ట్ నెంబర్ కొట్టి మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళి లేదా అన్మ్యూట్ అయినా.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. 41.
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, hi, what's your name?
Murthy, ma'am.
What?
Murthy, ma'am.
Murthy. What is your provisional diagnosis from the
Yes,
given
ma'am.
from the given case?
Hydrocele,
How can you say?
ma'am.
Okay. From the present illness.
Hydrocele, ma'am.
Okay. How can you say it is an hydrocele? Why not other diagnosis can be like hematocele? It can also be hernia.
Yes, ma'am. Swelling is present in the scrotal region, ma'am.
Okay. Please confirm. Yes.
And it is slowly increasing in size.
Purely scrotum. How can you tell? By which test you can confirm it is a purely scrotum?
To get above the swelling and not to get above the swelling.
Yes. From the history, it is get above the swelling is positive. So it is purely scrotum. We are eliminating the hydrocele. Okay. From the present illness also, the swelling is slowly increasing in size, and there is also no history of any alteration. So no reducibility. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean from the history? No pain over the swelling and no history of any pain and discomfort.
Not an inflammatory.
Not an inflammatory. What can you
Not
suspect? Any
inflammatory.
associated inflammatory conditions like? Okay, someone is answering. Yes. Can be a hematocele.
Arthritis.
Yes, very good. Epiderma orchitis. Okay, funiculitis. Yes.
Epiderma arthritis.
Sometimes filariasis, in filariasis scrotal swelling, there might be a pain also. Okay. What does it indicates? There is no history of any loss of weight or loss of appetite, ruling out malignant condition.
Malignancy.
Okay. And what else? From which point you can eliminate the hernia? Now tell me what are the main differences between the hernia and hydrocele?
Hernia, it is an abdominal swelling and also scrotal swelling.
Inguinoscrotal swelling.
Scrotal swelling.
Okay, inguinoscrotal swelling. Next,
Ma'am.
next point.
Hydrocele is only
Yeah, purely scrotum. Okay.
scrotal swelling.
Yes.
And
Rest of the people are answering well. Yeah,
cuff
Murthy,
impulse is seen.
you can tell me. What
Cuff
else?
impulse is seen.
Yeah,
Cuff impulse is seen in hernia, ma'am.
Yeah, impulse on cuffing is positive in case of hernia, but negative
And it is
case of
negative in
hydrocele.
hydrocele.
What else? What are the specific points I mentioned in hydrocele? Not seen in case of hernia,
Get
fluctuation
above the
and transillumination test.
They are positive in hydrocele, negative in hernia.
Yeah, and one more important point is in case of hernia, the swelling can be reducible. Okay, in case of irreducible, it might not. Okay, reducible can be reducible in case of inguinoscrotal swelling like hernia, but not possible in case of hydrocele.
Hydrocele.
What it is a type of hydrocele where you can see on lying down position, hydrocele can reduce. What type of hernia? Anyone can answer? Murthy, any answer from you?
Don't know, ma'am.
Anyone? Yeah, someone answered roll number 81, congenital hydrocele. And one more type, the funicular type of hydrocele also. There is a connection, direct connection to the abdominal cavity. So, on lying down position, swelling can be reducible. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And one more point, loss of rugosity is noticed in case of hydrocele, which is
Hydrocele,
not seen
not in
in case of
hernia.
And one more point,
Percussion.
is in which condition it is palpable? Testis is separately palpable in which type of swelling? Either hernia or hydrocele, Murthy?
Hernia.
Hernia you can
Hernia,
palpable testis separately, but it is not possible in case of hydrocele. Okay, what else?
Hydrocele.
On percussion, suppose if the
Dull,
hernia
ma'am.
content is
Hydrocele is dull.
dull on percussion in case of hydrocele, but in case of hernia, if the content is
Depends upon the content, ma'am.
depending upon the content, good. Content, if it is momentum, it is dull on percussion. Suppose if it is content is
Sometimes they are
vowels,
resonant.
it might be resonant. Yes. Not always resonant. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Murthy.
Thank you.
Number 73. Are you there? Roll number 73. Will you raise your hand? Are you there?
Yes,
73. What's your name?
yes, ma'am. And Venkatesh, ma'am.
Venkatesh. Hi. Now tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
From the palpation, there is no local rise of
Yes, ma'am.
temperature, no tenderness means terminates
No, orchitis
inflammatory
or inflammatory findings,
like epidermoorchitis.
epidermoorchitis or epidermitis.
Yes, what? What else? Venkatesh?
Epidermoorchitis it will
Ah,
be ruled out, ma'am.
what else,
Any
Venkatesh?
local infection of the hydrocele,
Pyocele. If there is any
pyocele.
secondary infection,
Any
can
any
cause pyocele in such
infections are ruled.
acute hematocele leading to pyocele. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Why you are examining the abdomen in this case? From the history also, no evidence of any mass or lymph nodes. No history of any
Yeah.
mass over the abdomen or left
For
supraclavicular.
tumor spread, renal left side kidney tumor spread may go to testis.
Venkatesh, related to scrotal swelling, any relation to abdominal swellings? Related to scrotal swelling.
Renal tumor, ma'am, left side renal tumor can spread to left side testis.
Left side renal tumors
Secondary
can result in varicose,
metastasis.
but I'm asking you related to scrotal swelling, any secondary swellings you will notice in abdomen, like lymph node. Last class in the abdomen case, sir have already discussed, our HOD sir, about testicular tumors, para-aortic lymph nodes, enlargement. If you suspect testicular tumor, we have to examine the abdomen to examine is there any lymph nodal enlargement like para-aortic lymph nodes along with the inguinal region. Okay. Similarly, the left supraclavicular lymph node also. So what will be your provisional diagnosis? Venkatesh?
Hydrocele.
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 Yeah, okay. So it is the hydrocele of tunica vaginalis sac.
Complete
The sentence. Left hydrocele or hydrocele of tunica vaginalis sac. Okay. Any other DDs? Any other possibilities in this case? Gradually progressed in size. So,
Yeah, we ruled out
whenever the swelling is positive with fluctuation and transillumination test positive, no other
any hematoma.
hematoma. Any
Hematoma.
specific word related to scrotal swelling? Hematocele. Okay. Any other DDs? Okay, hematocele, varicocele.
Any seminoma.
What,
Tumors of
Venkatesh? What?
ovary.
Testicular tumors. Any other DDs? Okay.
Filariasis.
Filariasis. Okay. Spermatocele. Someone answered rule number 63 is
Lymph nodes. Inguinal.
scrotal swellings. Venkatesh. DDs for this scrotal swelling. Okay, Venkatesh. Thank you.
Okay.
Listen. These are the various DDs. Hematocele, chylocele, testicular tumor, epididymal cyst, inguinal hernia, encysted hydrocele of the cord, filariasis of scrotum. Now, coming to the hematocele, how it can occur? Hematocele, there must be a history of trauma. Okay? From the present illness, there is no history of trauma in the given case capsule. So, we can eliminate hematocele, and hematocele can also occur. What are the causes? What are the causes for hematocele? Trauma, next, trauma, what else can be? Tapping of hydrocele, one of the technique for hydrocele treatment, tapping. It can cause hematocele. Trauma is the main etiology. Okay, since there is no history of the trauma, we can rule out hematocele. Suppose if it is an acute hematocele, what might be the reason? Number 81 answered. Acute hematocele. Along with the trauma, if it suddenly appeared, if you notice in scrotal swelling, an acute hydrocele, if you notice it, what can be the reason? Yes. Hydrocele, rupture, tumor. Yes, right answer. In testicular tumors, acute hydrocele can be noticed. Then chylocele. What is chylocele, students? If there is any lymphatic obstruction in the scrotal contents followed by any rupture of the lymph varix leads to the chylocele, the spillage of lymph into the sac. Okay. Next. How can you rule out the testicular tumor? How can you differentiate it from the hydrocele? Roll number 16. Okay, 1 minute. One six. Roll number.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What's your name?
Pavan, ma'am.
Yeah, Pavan. How can you differentiate testicular tumors from the hydrocele? Usually, the testicular tumors may result in the hydrocele called secondary hydrocele.
Yes, ma'am.
How can you eliminate the tumors from the primary hydrocele? If someone is asked, answer related to the consistency. Yes. Testis.
Consistency.
Yes. Hardened consistency.
Smooth and heavy, ma'am.
Yes. Hardened consistency in testicular tumors, resulting in secondary
ma'am.
hydrocele, which is soft in consistency, laxer, and small in size. Next. Next.
Swelling surface is irregular.
Related to sensation.
Irregular or not?
Related to sensations. Testis. Patient feels heavy in testis and loss of sensations over the testis in case of testicular tumors, along with the lymph nodal enlargement. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What else? From the investigative part, from the tumor markers like beta HCG, LDH and alpha fetal protein, you can differentiate
Positive. In case of tumor.
benign condition. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Students, where can you see the chylocele? In which etiology it is most common? Anyone can answer? Yes, filariasis. Filariasis with epidermoarthritis can result in chylocele. Next differential diagnosis is epididymal cyst. Okay, it is the cystic degeneration of the epididymitis. It can be differentiated by traction test, which I will discuss it in later slides. And next differential diagnosis is inguinal hernia. Already I told you before the differentiating points between the inguinal hernia and hydrocele. Okay. And encysted hydrocele of the cord, filariasis of the scrotum. In filariasis of the scrotum, even if it is a secondary hydrocele, it can be a large hydrocele. Usually the secondary hydroceles are small in size except in the filariasis condition. Okay, in which the sac is very thick with turbid fluid. So, it's a demonstration how to get above the swelling. See, this is the clinical picture with bilateral scrotal swellings. It is bilateral hydrocele. To get above the swelling, palpate the swelling at the root of the scrotum. For that, bring the fingers, both the index finger and the thumb at the root of the scrotum and palpate. If at the root of the scrotum the swelling is not palpated, just if you feel in just cord structures without any swelling over there, then you can confirm it is as purely scrotal swelling, so that we can tell it as get above the swelling is positive. In case of hernia, we cannot feel the cord structures, you will feel the swelling. So what is fluctuation test? See, in this diagram, this is a bilateral hydrocele. Students, I am very sorry, in this diagram, the upper hand which you placed at the root of the scrotum, these two fingers are watching fingers. The lower hand which you place at the root of the lower root of the scrotum, these are displacing fingers. Okay. So how can you elicitate the fluctuation test? It should be elicited at right angles, at both the axes. Okay, at right angles. If both the axes, if you feel any fluctuating, then only you can say it as the fluctuation test is positive. So the swelling should be held at the upper pole in between the thumb and the index finger with one hand, which are called as watching fingers. The upper hand is called watching fingers. Then similarly, the lower hand with the thumb and the index finger at the lower pole of the scrotum. So these are called as displacing fingers. So now you press it at the lower pole with the thumb and the index finger. In the meanwhile, the upper hand you place it at the upper pole, you have to fix the swelling with the upper hand. And now you press the swelling with the lower hand, so that if the fingers at the upper hand lifted up, then you can say it is a fluctuating swelling. So fluctuation test is positive. So here see, this should be, the test should be repeated at right angles to the previous axis. If the watching fingers are lifted up in both the axes, then you can tell pakka it is as the, that is fluctuation test is the positive. Then how can you demonstrate the transillumination test? Okay. See, for this transillumination test, you have to take, so this is the one more diagrammatic, this is brilliantly transillumination test is positive. Brilliant transillumination test positive means the fluid should be very clear without any turbid. Then you can get a brilliant transillumination test. Okay. For that test, you have to get a roll of black paper. It should be placed on one side of the swelling, and light should be thrown from the torchlight from the other side of the swelling. If suppose if the transillumination is positive, a brilliant light red glow will be seen. This illumination test will be positive only if you have the swelling is with clear fluid. Suppose if the scrotal skin is thick or hydrocele sac is very thick, and then the transillumination test may be negative. Then how will you treat this patient? Roll number 103. 1 minute. Sorry. One minute. Roll number 103. Are you there? Roll number 103. Okay, roll number 104. Roll number 104. Are you there? Roll number 114. Roll number 114. No one is answering. 103, 104, 114. Are you not there? Roll number 34. Roll number 34. No one is answering. Roll number 77. Sorry. 77.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What's your name?
Surya, ma'am.
Surya.
Yes.
Okay. Your friends have answered it as an hydrocele. How
Okay,
to
ma'am.
proceed with this patient? Any answer?
Surgical excision of sac.
Directly you go for surgical excision. Before that you won't do anything to the patient. If once asked the management, you have to start the
Investigation.
investigations. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Baseline investigations you have to do to the patient, na?
Yes, ma'am.
What investigations along with the routine investigations? What are the specific investigation that you will do to this patient?
Ultrasonography, ma'am.
Yes, ultrasonography of the scrotum. If you have any suspicious in your scrotal swelling, then you have to go for ultrasonography of the abdomen also. Next,
Aspiration.
that is treatment part. Okay.
Okay.
Directly you will go for treatment for these patients. Is there any chance to manage conservatively?
Chest X-ray, ma'am.
What, Surya? Even if it is wrong, it's okay. Try to answer.
Urine examination.
Yes, very good.
Chest X-ray, madam.
Why you will do the urine routine? Why you will do the urine routine analysis? In case of infective cases, like epidermolysis, associated UTI.
Acute epidermiditis.
Yes, associated UTI. What else?
Some routine blood examination.
Yeah, along with the routine blood investigations. Yes. After, shall we do any conservative treatment to this patient? When you will go for conservative treatment? Someone answered? Surya? Yes, tell me.
Don't know.
Okay. So for small swellings, and unless if it becomes large and symptomatic, you can treat him under conservatively. Okay. Someone answered 64. It can be treated conservatively unless it's large and symptomatic. Next, without any associated complications for small swellings, you can manage conservatively. Okay. Surya, since it is a moderate size hydrocele, as it causing very discomfort to the patient, so we will consider surgical management. Okay. As you
Okay.
discussed, along with the baseline preoperative workup for the sake of surgery and pre-anesthesia checkup, after physical fitness, you will go for surgery. Then, what is the procedure? What is the procedure that you will follow? Suppose if it is a small hydrocele, what is the procedure we can do?
Plication.
Surya?
Plication.
Yeah, Lord's plication. Suppose if it's a large hydrocele, what is the procedure that we will follow?
Subtotal excision.
Yeah, subtotal excision along with that. Any other procedures? Subtotal excision. Any other procedures? Your friends are answering.
Jaboles operation.
Yeah, Jaboles procedure. What else? Evacuation and aversion is one more procedure. Okay.
Okay. ma'am.
I will explain the procedures in the later slides. Thank you, Surya.
Okay. ma'am.
So, I will do the Jaboles operation. After that, now tell me, what are the indications for the excision of tunica vaginalis sac? Various indications of excision of the tunica vaginalis. In which conditions you will excise the tunica vaginalis? When it is thick. In which conditions? It can be, anyone can answer. Okay, filariasis. What else? Like inflammatory means infected hydrocele. Yes. What else? Hematocele. Yes. And chylocele. Hematocele, chylocele, and infected hydrocele. You will go for excision of the redundant tunica vaginalis sac. Okay. Next, what is tapping? What is this procedure? Tapping technique in hydrocele. When you will do, yes, to decompress the sac, you will go for tapping. You with the help of trocar and cannula. In which conditions you will do this procedure? What is the role of tapping? Yes, in older patients, specifically with comorbidities, with patients unfit for surgery and patients not willing for surgery and patients want clearance for their appearance in some other job purposes, we can do the tapping procedure. What is the main complication of this tapping procedure? What is the complication after doing tapping? Recurrence, yes. 81, roll number 81 answer, recurrence. And one more complication, there can be a chance for hematocele. So, one more chance is we can also cause trauma to the testis. Okay. Next question. Already you answered before, what are the main differences between the hydrocele and the hernia? Okay. Once again, I want to repeat. In case of hydrocele, get above the swelling is positive, which is not possible in case of hernia. And in case of hydrocele, fluctuation and transillumination test is positive, in which testis is not separately palpable and swelling is not reducible, and along with that impulse on cuffing is also negative in case of hydrocele. But get above the swelling is negative in case of hernia, and fluctuation transillumination negative. And suppose if the hernia associated with hydrocele, then we can elicit the fluctuation and transillumination test. Okay, and in case of hernia, the testis can be separately palpable. The main important point in this hernia is impulse on cuffing is positive. So I want to add a small theory on hydrocele today. What is hydrocele? It is nothing but it's an abnormal collection of the serous fluid in some part of the processus vaginalis, usually the tunica vaginalis sac. So this is the normal picture of scrotum. See, this testis, epididymitis, vas, along with that spermatic cord structures, tunica vaginalis. When there is an abnormal collection of serous fluid in the tunica vaginalis sac, see, this is the collection. There will be the enlargement of tunica vaginalis sac resulting in hydrocele. What is the etiology for hydrocele? When there is a defective absorption of fluid by tunica vaginalis, probably due to damage to the endothelial wall by any infection. So defective absorption of fluid by the tunica vaginalis, or excessive production of fluid, as you see in case of secondary type of hydrocele, or interference with drainage of fluid by lymphatic vessels of the cord, or if there is any communication with the peritoneal cavity, it can result in the hydrocele. So the defective absorption of fluid by the tunica vaginalis results in the primary hydrocele, whereas excessive production of fluid results in the secondary hydrocele. Suppose if there is, what is the pathophysiology that lies behind the hydrocele? Means, see, there should be a balance for the production and the absorption of the secretory fluid. Is it not? Suppose if there is any imbalance between the production and the absorption of the fluid in the scrotum, it will result in the hydrocele. Suppose if there is any defective absorption, results in the primary hydrocele. If there is any problem you come across with excessive production, results in the secondary hydrocele. Now tell me, these are the various types, that is congenital and one more is acquired. Under acquired, primary and secondary. What is, now these are the differences acquired from, under acquired form divided into primary hydrocele and secondary hydrocele. Primary hydrocele means cause is not known, idiopathic. But in case of secondary hydrocele, some etiology lies behind. Okay. Under primary hydrocele, most commonly seen in the middle age and later life also. Secondary also the same thing happen. In case primary hydrocele can attain very large size, but secondary hydroceles are very small usually, except in case of filariasis like condition. See, if there is any defective absorption of fluid, results in primary. If there is an excessive production of fluid, results in secondary. In primary, since it is a large swelling, the testis is difficult to palpate. But in case of secondary hydrocele, since it is a small swelling, testis easily palpable. Primary hydrocele, since it attains a large size, it is very much the tensed, which is not seen in case of secondary hydrocele, which is very loose cyst. Similarly, The transillumination test is positive in case of primary hydrocele, might be a negative in case of secondary. Okay, these are the main two differences between primary and the secondary hydrocele. Now, what is congenital hydrocele? Processus vaginalis. When processus vaginalis communicates with the peritoneal cavity, results in congenital hydrocele. As this communicating orifice is very small, usually the bowel won't descend. So hernial chances, occurrence of hernial chances are very less. While lying down, the fluid disappears gradually. While standing, the fluid recollects. Okay, this is the condition where you will see, it is the type of the hydrocele where you will see the swelling is reducible on lying down position, since there is a communication to the peritoneal cavity. Next, seen in conditions like ascites and tuberculous peritonitis. Similarly, the congenital hydrocele, we will wait for 12 to 16 months, because it can be spontaneously resolved. Suppose if it is not resolved even after 16 months, then we will go for herniotomy. So treated by herniotomy if they do not resolve spontaneously, persisting longer than 12 to 16 months. Regarding the primary vaginal hydrocele, as I discussed before, occurs in the middle aged, commonly seen in tropical countries. So in this, as it attains the huge size, testis is not palpable, which is not seen in case of secondary hydrocele. Okay, it can be fluctuant and as well as transilluminant. What are the conditions? Transillumination test is negative when due to thickened darters or thickened spermatic fascia or thickened hydrocele sac, or if there is any infected content that is causing turbidity to the fluid, or chylous fluid is present, often filariasis hydrocele, or if there is any hematocele. In all these conditions, transillumination test will be negative. So in primary hydrocele, we can get above the swelling, and in this case the testicular sensations can be elicited by transmitting the pressure sensation through the fluid. Then these are the swellings which are brilliantly transilluminate. First is vaginal hydrocele, as we are discussing now. Epidermal cyst also, cystic hygroma, ranula and meningocele. So remember, vaginal hydrocele, cystic hygroma, ranula, epidermal cyst and meningocele. Regarding the secondary vaginal hydrocele, the various causes. Usually these secondary hydrocele are small, laxed, in which testis is usually palpable. The way exception is filariasis, in which it attains very large size, so testis may not be palpable. So what are the causes? Infection, filariasis, tuberculosis and syphilis. So tuberculosis usually affects epididymitis, syphilis affects the testis, but in case of filariasis, it affects both testis and epididymitis. Okay. Injury after trauma, post herniorrhaphy hydrocele. Okay. And tumor conditions, testicular tumors. Testicular tumors rarely attains large size, seen in certain conditions like filariasis, infective etiology. Small notes on posterior herniorrhaphy hydrocele. It is the secondary hydrocele occurring after the surgery for inguinal hernia. Why it will occur? Mostly occurs due to damage to the lymphatic vessels of the tunica vaginalis, seen mostly in 0.2% of cases. Treated like hydrocele only, but we have to treat after 6 months of the hernia surgery. Okay. Small notes on filarial hydrocele and chylocele. Commonly, both filariasis hydrocele and chylocele occurs commonly in the coastal region in and around the equator. occurs after repeated attacks of the filarial epidermoorchitis. Usually attains a large size and the sac will be thickened. Fluid can contain fat rich in cholesterol, which are usually derived from the ruptured lymph varix into the tunica. Normally, the hydrocele fluid is very clear fluid, usually contains inorganic salts, a little amount of albumin and fibrinogen. But in case of filarial hydrocele, cholesterol contents and tyrosine elements, tyrosine crystals can also be seen due to rupture from the lymph varix with spillage into the tunica vaginalis sac. It is often difficult to differentiate from the primary hydrocele since it can also attain very large size in which testes cannot be palpable. Sometimes we will mislead to the primary hydrocele also. So see, these are the important thing is in hydrocele, these are the various types of hydrocele. See in the first picture, this is the congenital hydrocele in which there is a direct communication to the abdominal cavity. In the congenital hydrocele, there is a direct communication to the abdominal cavity extending from the abdomen to the base of the scrotum. Okay. Here, this is second one. Second one is the funicular type. It is ending at the top of the root of the testis. It will extend from the abdominal cavity till to the root of the testis. Here in this funicular type also, see there is a connection in relation to the abdominal cavity. In congenital and funicular type, there is a connection to the abdominal cavity, but it is not possible in other types. Third type, see, this is the infantile type, extending up to the deep inguinal ring only. Next, encysted hydrocele of the cord, somewhere the any part of the processus vaginalis can be loculated, cystic collection will be there. So this is encysted hydrocele of the cord. See, this is the vaginal hydrocele, primary vaginal hydrocele, in which it is only pertained to the tunica vaginalis only. So rest of the processus vaginalis will get obliterated. What is this one? Sixth one, bilocular hydrocele. It is also called hydrocele and Bissac. See, in this condition, so the extension of the sac underneath the anterior abdominal wall. This is hydrocele of the hernia sac. In some conditions, along with the hernia, the hydrocele can also occur, usually occurs in the distal part of the sac. Next, infantile hydrocele means in this type, they are distended. The sac will, the tunica and processus vaginalis, the hydrocele, distended only up to the internal ring, sorry. No connection with the general peritoneal cavity. Similarly, in the encysted hydrocele of the cord, it is nothing but a fluid collection of a portion of the patent funicular process part of the tunica vaginalis. But closely above and below, it can locate either in the inguinal region, inguinoscrotal or scrotal part, which will be fluctuant and transilluminant. Okay. On gentle, so traction test comes under this encysted hydrocele of the cord, not the epidermal cyst. On gentle traction of the testis, the swelling will become less mobile since it will, on traction, it gets attached to the cord structures, which making it to less mobile. So this is called traction test for diagnosing the encysted hydrocele of the cord. What are the various DDs for this? It can be a lipoma of the cord. It can also be epididymal cyst or inguinal hernia or varicocele. Okay. Usually it is treated by simply excision. See, this left-sided encysted hydrocele of the cord. When the testis is pulled downwards gently, the swelling moves downwards along with it and becomes less mobile. Why? Since it fixed to the spermatic cord. Okay, this is called traction test. What is binocular hydrocele? So in this type, you will see the cross fluctuation. Why? In this, the hydrocele, it has got two intercommunicating sacs, one above and below the neck of the scrotum. As I discussed before, upper one lies superficial or in the inguinal canal, or may insinuate itself between the muscle layers, resulting with cross fluctuating with two swellings. What is the hydrocele of canal of Nuck? Usually seen in females in relation to the round ligament, seen always in the inguinal canal. Then hydrocele of the hernial sac, due to adhesions of the content of hernial sac, results in the hydrocele. If there is an adhesions of contents of hydrocele, fluid gets secreted in the hernial sac and usually forms the hydrocele of the hernial sac. Suppose if the hernia occurs in a patient, the neck is obstructed by any momentum, then the fluid can collected in the distal portion, resulting in the hydrocele. So hydrocele of the hernial sac. So what are the complications of the hydrocele? Tell me. Infection, pyocele, trauma, hematocele can result, atrophy of the testis can occur, may result in infertility, damage since there is any damage to the spermatogenesis procedure. It can also cause rupture if there is any, if there is a huge large hydrocele, it can rupture. Calcifications of the sac with herniation. Herniation usually you will see very rarely. What are the various DDs? Inguinal hernia, epididymal cyst, spermatocele. What else? Testicular tumors, scrotal edema. In scrotal edema, the wall of the scrotum becomes edematous. Okay, not the sac related. This is wall of the scrotum becomes edematous. This is scrotal edema. Then what is spermatocele? It is nothing but a retention cyst of the epididymitis. But epididymal cyst is the, if there is any cystic degeneration of the epididymal, yes, barley water appearance. Yes, where you will see that barley water appearance fluid? 81. In epididymal cyst, it is the cystic degeneration of the epididymis. Spermatocele, it is the retention cyst seen over the head of the epididymitis. This epididymal cyst can be multilocular, it can also be multiple, but in case of spermatocele, it is unilocular, and in epididymal cyst, the fluid can be very clear, so that transillumination test and fluctuation test can be positive. But in case of spermatocele, the fluid is barley water like, so because of its turbidity nature, the transillumination test can be maybe negative. Okay. Next. Now these are the various surgeries for hydrocele. Lord's plication for small hydrocele, subtotal excision of the sac. Jobless of procedure means in this we will do the partial excision with eversion, evacuation and eversion, and finally the Sharma and Javeri technique. So on a routine, in jobless procedure, either under general anesthesia or spinal, very rarely under local anesthesia. After cleaning and draping, the vertical incision nearly of about 6 to 8 centimeter length should be given, nearly 1 centimeter vertically, 1 centimeter lateral to the median raphe, okay, over the scrotum. So next, what are the layers should be opened? Layer by layer, tell me. First you will open the skin, then beneath that, darters, external spermatic fascia, internal spermatic fascia we will open. Finally, you will see the bluish colored hydrocele sac. It should be identified. So this is nothing but the parietal layer of the tunica vaginalis of the testis. The fluid should be evacuated and sac is opened. Suppose if the sac is small, thin and containing very clear fluid, we can do the Lord's plication. In this procedure, what you will do after incision and evacuation, everything, after evacuation, the tunica is bunched into a ruff by placing series of multiple interrupted catgut sutures, so that we are making the sac to form fibrosed. So it will form the fibrous tissue. It is relatively avascular, so hematoma will not occur. This is one of the advantage compared to the other procedures. In this, I will show you. So after evacuation, see, this is plication of the sac with interrupted sutures, taking with catgut to making it into rough like bundle like, so that it becomes fibrosed. Suppose if the sac is thick, a large hydrocele like chylocele, subtotal excision of the sac you will do. Tunica vaginalis is reflected onto the cord structures and epidermis posteriorly. Total excision leads to orchidectomy with the division of the cord. Often the sac is excised partially. Partial excision of the sac along with the eversion you will do in Jouvele's operation. After evacuation, the sac with the testis is placed in a newly created pocket between the facial layers of the scrotum subdartus pouch, Sharma and Javares technique. Aspiration should be avoided as much as possible, as it is only a temporary measure. Recurrence chances are more in tapping technique. So it may also result in hematocele, and infection chances are also very higher. And the drain should be placed in the dependent part. Scrotal support should be given after the procedure. Then the skin should be closed. Wound is closed in layers. Next, the scrotal support should be given in order to reduce the scrotal edema. Now tell me, is it compulsory to put drain in hydrocele? In Jouvele's procedure, in all cases, is it necessary to put drain? Suppose if you attain hemostasis, if you are assured that hemostasis is good, then there is no need to put drain. This is the diagrammatic representation. See, this is the sac. After opening, skin, darters, external spermatic and internal spermatic fascias, you will see the bluish discoloration of the tunica vaginalis. Here they have marked where the incision should be given. After giving incision, the fluid is evacuated. The sac is opened nicely, and examine the testis. After examining the testis, it is healthy, it is viable, without any fluid is also very clear. Then you will go, if it is really thick sac, you will partial excision or subtotal excision of the sac you can do, followed by eversion of the sac. So after like this is eversion and closed with continuous or interrupted sutures. What are the complications after the surgery? You can expect a reactionary hemorrhage, early hemorrhage, infection, biopsy, sinus formation. You can also expect any recurrent hydrocele. These are the conditions where you will do orchidectomy in case of hydrocele. Is pyocele with, suppose in a pyocele case, if there is any testicular destruction, you will do the orchidectomy. Similarly, the clotted hematocele with the testicular destruction, usually you will see in such condition in chronic hematocele. You will go for orchidectomy, taking after consent from the patient. Okay. Thank you. Any doubts, students? Any doubts? Okay, shall I end the session? Okay.